Now, the plans for a minerals deal are being finalised. It seems as though Volodymyr Zelensky will be at the White House on Friday. He may well be there to sign them. All strong rumours, according to a variety of anonymous sources. Donald Trump saying the deal would mean Ukraine has the right to fight on. 3 senior Ukrainian officials saying that framework has been agreed with the hope that they will ensure the continued flow of US military support to Ukraine.
I hear that he's coming on Friday. Certainly, it's okay with me if he'd like to, and he would like to sign it together with me, and I understand that's a big deal, very big deal. It could be $1 trillion deal, it could be whatever, but it's rare earths and other things. And look, we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars on Ukraine and Russia fighting a war that should have never, ever happened. That's a war that would have never happened if I were president.
Well, business editor Charles Pellegrin joins me now. Charles, what mineral resources then does Ukraine actually have?
Well, by some estimates, Ukraine has $10 trillion worth of mineral deposits, and this includes a wide range of materials and minerals that are really crucial for any modern economy like the US's, both in terms of civilian things and also for the military. Let's go through a list of some of those crucial minerals. Titanium, for instance, before the war, Ukraine produced about 7% of the world's output of titanium, and this is used in airplane construction, in power stations, so it's very important. There's 19 million tons of proven reserves of graphite, and there's also lithium, both of those used in electric vehicle batteries, so very important as we transition to a greener economy. Ukraine represents about 1/3 of Europe's deposits of lithium. There are minerals like gallium and germanium, which are used as essential components in making semiconductors, microchips, which are essential in any tech-based economy, especially when you're developing artificial intelligence systems. And finally, there's the rare earths, which we talk about a lot. These are 17 rather obscure elements that are used, that are essential as well in the production of semiconductors. And Trump said that he wanted to get $500 billion worth of those, at least in the first iteration of the deal.
So just explain to us then why the US and Donald Trump is so interested in them.
Oh, as we mentioned, those are all very important for any high-tech modern economy, but this is also happening in a context for the U.S. where there's this huge technological and geopolitical rivalry with China, and both of those countries are really struggling to get a dominance in tech here. And the U.S. has really sought to curb China's access to key semiconductor technology to try and blunt China's advance in terms of tech. And in response to that, actually, China has banned the export of its own gallium and germanium to the U.S., which would help produce semiconductors. So having access to new deposits of those two metals to produce semiconductors would be helpful for the U.S. because China produces 94% of the world's gallium and 83% of the world's germanium. And obviously, there's the argument in Trump's internal logic that he wants to recoup the losses he believes the U.S. has incurred by aiding Ukraine in its war, defending itself against the Russian invasion.
Presumably quite a few obstacles in the way, though, for the US to really fully profit from all of this.
Absolutely. Trump has made a big deal that $500 billion worth of rare earths in Ukraine that he would like the US to see part of. And the problem is that no one actually knows how much rare earth there is in Ukraine and where exactly it's located. There is a certainty that there is some, but this is based on Soviet-era exploration and surveys that date from decades ago. And then there's the issue that China, as you can see here still dominates the processing of critical minerals around the world. 100% of the world's graphite has to go through China to be refined and processed. Just under 90% of the world's rare earths, just under 60% of the world's lithium. So it really goes to show that even if the U.S. has access to new deposits of critical minerals in Ukraine, those might have to go to China anyway. So that dependence will be really hard to shake for the U.S. And on top of that, many of those minerals in Ukraine are located in Russian-held territory. According to Ukraine's economy minister, $350 billion worth of critical minerals are in areas that are currently occupied by Russia, which would make exporting them that much more difficult and lengthy.
We shall see if the deal comes to fruition over the next few days. Charles, thanks so much. Charles Pellegrin, our business editor on France 24.